Good afternoon. Welcome to the second episode of Exposition, a show where we feature craftspeople, artists of the Southeastern Ohio region. I know we were originally supposed to have Joseph Wright in with the River Bee or French Art Colony Theater Guild,
Yes.
but he couldn't make it, and Deb Thompson, my wife, has graciously accepted the position for this episode.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, we're so glad to have you.
So, Valerie, could you going to do a few updates on what we have coming up in, River Bee and around town in Gallipolis?
Yes, coming up next Thursday, February 19th at 5 o'clock will be the Gallia County Artisan Markets, Artisan Shops grand opening. Hope you all can come. We'll have some refreshments and maybe they'll do the ribbon cutting, maybe with a picture for the paper. And we've been doing the artisan market for about a year, so we just thought it's about time we have a grand opening for something. And then on March 7th, from 9 to 4 will be the Gallia County Convention and Visitors Bureau and Gallia County Chamber of Commerce hosting the Tourism Expo here at the Line Center.
Who would go to that? Why would you go to that?
You would go to that because you want to know where to go and what to do in our area that's fun.
Just regular people in the community?
Regular
show
people
up?
in the community, or people who are interested in getting some sort of group together to do certain activities. Maybe there's bus tours or things like that that come through, but there's so many opportunities to fill your day and have a good time around our area.
Right.
So it's
a lot of people think, oh, there's nothing to do around here. This is
There's
where we can
too
dispel
much.
those rumors.
That's right. Too much to do.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
Right. Okay, and then there's the Gallia County Artisan Market first annual St. Patrick's Day Cultural Parade. We want everybody to be involved. It's not just for Irish folks. It's a cultural parade, and anybody who wants to support the arts and culture. That's March 14th at 1 o'clock.
What's going on with that?
Well, we're hoping.
What's scheduled at this point?
Well, we have some people signed up right now, but we're looking forward to many more signing up for the parade. But if you sign up with the parade or don't sign up with the parade, you can set up for your organization or be a vendor, fundraise in the park that day. We have the whole city park reserved downtown Gallipolis. So please come to the parade or be in the parade or support the parade.
Should be interesting.
And then this coming Friday, actually, at 5 o'clock is the River Bee Theater Guild's grand opening ribbon cutting. And they're also going to feature their production, 12 Angry Jurors. And that's going to run, I think, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. But please contact the French Art Colony to get details on that.
Where is that? Do you know?
That will be, the Theater Guild is located on Court Street, which is between 2nd and 3rd Avenue on the left side of the park if you're facing downtown. If you're facing the river, it's the right side of the park.
Okay. So that's where they'll be having their show?
Yes, they'll have their ribbon cutting grand opening at, I believe, 6 o'clock, and then the show's at 7. I'm pretty sure. I think it's $10 a ticket, but be sure to call the French Art Colony. I don't have their phone number.
And these people probably are not getting paid. These are all local actors and actresses that do it just because they want to.
They love it, and they want to do as many productions as they can, and there's so many coming up. And when we finally have Joseph Wright on, maybe he can fill us in on what's been in the past, what their productions are now and in the future. So we'll
Or maybe if you wanted to get involved yourself.
Yes. Oh.
Do you do that?
Is that what? No. No. Are you?
No.
No.
I think we're more of the visual arts.
Yes, we're the visual arts. That's the
And
visual.
no acting.
No acting.
I can act up.
No.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
me too. We could act up
Wait.
together, but I
Right.
don't know if they want to do that.
Yes. That's awesome.
Okay, so we've got Deb Thompson talking about her crafts and creations. You're into cards and gourds, and you've tried
Yeah.
several things,
Yeah.
and these are the things that's kind of stuck.
Yes. I have tried several things, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this sort of stuck. The gourds and the cards. And
It's wonderful. I've seen them. They're gorgeous.
yeah, I guess I first started years ago when Mike decided that I needed a hobby.
You decided she needed
Yes,
a
Mike
hobby.
said, you need a hobby.
And she said, I can't do anything. I don't know how to do anything. So, we went to different, not necessarily with the intention, but we went to several craft fairs and stuff. Like, look at this. You can do something like that, can't you? Like, oh, I don't know how. It's like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
Yeah, so he was very encouraging.
Oh, good.
And so I think I first started, though, with dried flowers and doing pictures with dried plants and different things, drying my own flowers.
Great-grandmother did that. That's an old form of an art and craft, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so that's how I think I first started. And Sculpey clay, I did some of that.
Love
And then,
that. You can bake it in your own oven.
yes.
It's awesome.
And
Scoot over this way.
Oh, get over here.
scoot over
my.
closer. And so, but then I started doing gourds, and so I've done that for a while. But I think my passion really is the cards, doing the cards, paper. I love paper and stuff. So,
Well, they're adorable. I mean, you'll have to hold some up.
so we
to-
don't. Okay.
So what kind of okay, you're going to go gourds first?
Yeah,
Gourds
I'll
first.
do gourds first.
Now, how did you get into the craft shows? Kind of inspired.
Yeah, I
you
went
to-
to the Bob Evans Farm Festival a lot
Yes.
and saw gourds there, and Mike said, you could do that. And I said, oh, I don't know. And he was like, no, trust me, I know you can do it. So I said, okay. So I ordered gourds online and got this huge box of gourds, and I thought, okay, now what? So, YouTube is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All those instructions.
If you want to know how to do anything, go to YouTube.
Yes.
You can find out how to do anything on YouTube. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Great.
So anyway, this is one that I made then. This is actually a gourd, and this is a little purse.
That's amazing. That's adorable.
So
I love that. I have
Yeah.
not seen a gourd made into a pocketbook.
yeah. So that's sort of neat.
That's the
a
old
little-
term for a purse. Pocketbook. Back in our day.
Probably couldn't get much in there. A few dollars, a couple bucks, and
But a chapstick,
Yeah.
maybe a box of Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
Little walking around money, as they used to call
yeah.
it.
I've actually carried this at the farm festival too.
That's
So
really
yeah.
good.
So what does it, if, when you started out, what kind of materials did you need other than a box of gourds?
What
I
kind
use
of paint is that? Yeah.
acrylic paint.
Great.
And this is the little dried flowers, some little dried flowers that I
What?
had, and I decoupaged those on there.
And you decoupage with what material is that?
Mod Podge, yeah.
Okay.
So put
That's
those on there, and then
great.
spray
That's
it with a
beautiful.
sealer
Okay.
so it'll stay. I don't know. I bought a saw, a gourd saw,
You did.
and so I've used that
You
after.
wild woman.
Yeah, and I've also. But- yes. I also bought.
Well, like a carving kit to get this
Yeah,
off
a
of it,
carving
or-
kit, and then I bought a. I had a really like a cheap wood burner that I
Oh, yeah.
had.
Goodness.
And so then I decided that this isn't really good enough. So I went and bought a really nice wood burning tool, which I have, and I
Nice.
use that. And some of that's what some of this
Some
is.
danger involved.
Yeah, I'm not good with power tools.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But the saw took me a while to get used to how to use it without breaking the blades all the time. And the wood
Yeah.
burner I'm okay with. I do okay with
You're
it.
brave.
So
You have
That's
to
brave.
this gourd would be something that has
Yeah.
a big top on
like
it.
this, something like this, you
Yes.
know. So this one has not had anything done to it. So this is a what we would call raw gourd, and
And then
it's been cleaned.
cleaned,
So
how do you, give us the process?
water and bleach
Okay.
and a little scrubby pad,
Okay.
and let them soak and take the. Basically, it has mold and stuff on it, so you have to be
Okay.
careful. I wear a respirator
Okay.
whenever I do that, and
Right,
like
you
with
do it
this
outside.
one, right? Like with
Okay.
this one, you have to clean the pulp and everything out of the inside and the seeds,
Okay.
and so that dust, you don't want to breathe that in. So
It's a special
yeah,
mask
so I have a
respirator?
special,
So it's not just
Just
the
more of
ones
the-
that you buy at the store that's
No.
like
It's
a
a little
hospital.
nicer than that.
A little
Yeah.
nicer.
yeah,
But the trick is, what I'm figuring is with the sawing, is how to saw
The angle.
this around this angle and trying to keep it flush to it. Because if you don't, then
I can't
snap.
imagine.
I've broken several blades just learning.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
but you get the hang of it eventually. So, but like this gourd, then like this is exactly. Then I've turned like this is a gourd that I just painted. So he doesn't have really anything done to him other than being cleaned and painted and little decorations added to him,
That
a little
is
bunny tail.
so cute. Oh
So-
my gosh. Adorable.
Yeah. So I love gourds and that
And
little.
And
little
look at
bee.
him.
Little bee.
busy bee.
Yeah.
Little busy bee.
So those are fun, and
Wow.
I really enjoy doing the gourds, but I have to be in the right mood, I think, and it has to be nice outside where I can be
Yeah.
outside to do it. And I think this is more typically my fall.
Okay.
thing that I do.
That makes sense
Yeah.
if it's out, want to go
Yeah.
out usually now.
No,
I mean,
it's too cold.
sporadically. That's no fun.
So
Oh,
I would
what do
probably
we
guess
have
that this
here?
might be the first part of the paper fetish.
Your transition. Your
So
transition.
that is some of my transition, yeah.
Because this is I don't know.
It's
like
canvas.
A canvas,
It's a canvas board,
but
yeah.
it's got paper that's been cut out with.
Right, which I use my big shot machine to
Flowers.
cut the flowers
Oh,
with that.
Wow.
So this is before the
And-
cards.
No, actually that was during the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually the little buttons, some of them are ones that I made with Sculpey clay myself,
Oh my goodness.
and some of them are bought. And then this is just actually paper that you spray or spritz with water, and then I have a special tool that you use to, like a little embossing tool, that you actually run around on those pieces of paper, and then
Oh
as
my
it dries,
gosh.
it makes it that stiffness.
Wow, yes.
So, but that's sort of
Beautiful.
a neat thing to do.
It sure is.
So,
That's wonderful. 3D, 2D art.
yeah.
I don't know
and,
what I'm saying. but-
So I'm really excited about joining part of the Artisan Shop and bringing my stuff there.
Yes, we're
So,
so excited to
Yeah,
have you.
I'm really excited
we have
about
no
doing.
cards, and we do have gourds, but every artisan is so different. Even if they're the same sort of category,
Mm-hmm.
you each have your own special touch and own style. So
Mm-hmm.
we are really looking forward to having you.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
excited.
shop.
I sent my
Yeah.
paperwork in today,
Yay.
so that's good. You
That's
know.
great.
So I'm
That's
excited,
Great. The
so-
sooner the better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to be there for that.
the grand
grand
opening.
opening.
Woohoo!
So-
On February 19th, next Thursday at 5. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I guess the big thing that I do is the cards. And Mike talks about my paper fetish. I call it an addict, I think.
Well,
And
when you
it's-
start
I
to
don't know.
love something.
Did it happen before the library?
Yes, it happened years and years ago, actually.
Because her day job's a librarian,
Right.
taking care of circulation. So it's a
So-
lot of paper and books there.
Paper and books. But actually, my paper addiction started years ago when my uncle lived with us.
Oh.
And he worked for, I guess I can say it, Mead.
Yeah, the mead plant.
the
and-
Mead paper mill
Oh,
in
goodness.
Chillicothe.
Yes.
And so he would bring us home these big rolls of paper to write on as kids.
Wow.
So I think that's where my paper addiction started, actually, was when I was young. And just sort of never left that.
That's
you know.
wonderful.
So,
That young exposure
yes.
to that sort of medium.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the possibilities are endless with paper.
Yes.
Yes.
And I buy paper, and Mike's like, do you need more paper? And I'm like, yeah, you can never have too much paper.
I
can always-
understand.
Can always have more paper.
Yes. That's wonderful.
I think he really knew how bad my paper addiction was whenever I came home recently.
It was a sale after Christmas or something.
a
Yeah.
paper sale.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
came home with like stacks of
Did you?
paper, and he was like, you're never going to have to go back and get paper. And I said, you talking about? You can always have more paper.
This will be gone in no time.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and I've used a lot of it making my cards. So, you know, I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, they're
Well,
zooming.
okay, that's green, so that's like see-through.
Ooh. Oh, because the green. Oh.
Green screen, it's kind of the
Yes.
same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay, well,
if
let's
I
Let's skip
wore-
that one.
skip
If
that
I
one.
wore
How about
green,
this?
we would be invisible.
Mhm.
Oh. I'd like
So
that.
what are the different things that you do to the paper that you've got stamps. There's some with textures. There's some with different ways of cutting out things.
Yeah, there's so much you can do with paper. This is my go-to machine. This is what is called a Big Shot.
And
it's
what
an
exactly does that?
It's an embossing machine.
You know, tip it up.
Tip it up.
So embossing, is that where it like
Yes.
does an impression?
So the embossing
I got a card over there.
is actually this background. I don't know if
Okay.
you can see that or not.
And it's textured, like if you.
yes, a
It's
texture.
raised.
It's okay.
It's a raised texture.
So actually, you take these little embossing folders and
Okay.
put your paper inside.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would
So
put your
inside.
So this is a small piece, but you would put your paper inside of this. Of course, I should have brought my other platform because it won't work with this platform. And basically, you would run it through the machine. My little bunny
out,
out of the
Bunny.
way. You run it through the machine. It won't go through because this isn't the right platform
Oh,
for it.
okay.
But you run it through, and then it would come out with this texture on it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
I
these are
love
embossing
that.
folders, but this machine will also do die cutting, which is like
I
this
never knew what that is.
this little circle.
Die cutting.
and like, so here I'll show you. Like on this card here, this balloon
Mm-hmm.
is actually stamped first, and then, I know I brought it in here. You have these metal dies that you would lay on top of there and then run it through this machine, and it would actually cut it out. You want me to show you that?
Yes.
Okay.
That'd be great.
So this is actually really cool, I think.
So when they say tool and die company, or is that?
That's not quite it.
That's
Not the same.
Those are welders and machinists.
Oh,
Right, and these are-
I'm sorry.
These have a cutting blade. These little dies have cutting blades on them
Okay.
on the very edge. So
It's like a ridge, a cutting
right.
ridge.
So you line this up actually on your paper, the die around that cutout or the stamp,
Yes.
and then you would lay that on there. I have a magnetic platform, so these dies like stay
That's-
right in place where they should be. You add this cutting pad, and then you run this through my machine.
Get feller out of there.
And if you hear it cracking, people say, "What is that?" That's
Yes.
normal. It's
Okay.
the die that's cutting into the plate.
You want to hear that
You want to hear that. And so then it cuts
Look
out
at
this
that.
really neat little
Oh my gosh.
shape. So
I always
That
call
is so
that
cool.
cheating.
Why?
he
Why?
thinks I cheat like that all the time, which I do.
Don't we all
But
want
look,
something
it's
to make
scissors.
life easier?
You cut with scissors.
And you could cut this with scissors.
It's a different tool. That's what
That's
it
right.
is.
It's-
It's just a different choice of tool.
Right, you could use scissors to cut it out, and in fact, some people do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I really prefer. Look how neat that is, though.
It's
You
gorgeous.
know, a perfect little die cut.
It's
So,
perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
you
So
mean
there's like
scissors?
lots and lots of these dies. You know, these have different ones in there. Like even this little sun on there has a die that will cut that out.
That is so cute.
So you're not having to cut that by hand all the time. So, and I have lots of stamps and dies. You know, I have a particular company that I buy things from. I'll give them a little plug. The Stamps of Life by Stephanie Bernard.
Oh, great.
So she does all these stamps from photopolymer clay or photopolymer rubber, I guess. And so this is her company. She does, there's hundreds.
I can't even
And they're always
imagine.
coming out with new ones
Oh,
to
I'm
feed the addiction.
I'm
Yes.
sure.
So
That's what addictions need, feeding.
yeah. and
As long
this
as
is
they're
my-
good and positive and healthy and proactive and productive.
Yes. This is my latest one that I got, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait to use this one. And it's a little puppy dog. So, and this is actually hers.
Patootie.
The lady who owns this company, that's her little dog, actually.
Aw.
So his name is Cookie. So,
I
but these are
understand
fun.
that. Yeah.
So
And-
what's the other things you have to do besides cutting? You choose colors, textures. Say like after you emboss, you can choose to do something else with the embossed part of it.
You can. Like this little girl here on this card is actually this stamp. So I stamp her on that, which that's a die cut, and I stamp her on there, and then I use these Copic markers, and I color her in.
Oh my goodness.
What's
on
different
there.
about those markers than regular?
These are alcohol-based markers, not like watercolor markers or.
Does that make them
oils.
dry faster or?
They actually, because they're alcohol-based markers, you can blend and shade things easier.
Oh.
You buy a special paper that you use with the markers. The paper doesn't peel up. You use like this is a regular piece of paper. If you use this with an alcohol marker, it would peel the pulp up on the paper.
Oh, okay.
But there's a special paper that you use with alcohol markers.
And it makes it more versatile.
Yes, and so you
Yes.
can blend those. So if you
love
have
that.
several different colors of blues, and you can actually do shading. Then, like her hair is shaded, and that's
Yes.
actually done with 2 or 3 different markers. And the alcohol markers actually let you move that ink around on the page. So.
That's so neat. I never
Yeah.
knew. That is just so cool.
So that's one thing you can do. You can use colored pencils. Also paper. You know, any of these shapes that you want to cut out, you could use different kinds of paper.
Okay.
And, you know, if you wanted this balloon to have that kind of a,
Oh, want to lift it up a little
You see
more?
there?
Yes.
you know, you could make that hot air balloon out of a different colored paper. And just by changing
Colors or patterns?
Right. You know, you could do lots of different cards just by using different, paper.
That is, the possibilities are endless. Oh
Really.
my gosh.
Yeah, they are.
I
So,
can see why it's addicting because the ideas are probably just filling your head all the time.
yeah, you look at paper and you think, oh, what could I do with that? Or you go to a paper store and you think, oh my gosh, look at that paper, I have to have it. What can I do with that, And then I bring it home.
And this
Mike's
is me
like,
standing around Michael's or something. Are we done?
I put up this really cool cartoon of this skeleton in a rocking chair, and it says, "This was my husband waiting on me at the scrapbooking store." And that's true. He loves going with me, I guess. But then he was like, are we about done? I'm like,
Yeah, because
no.
I went to go to the restaurant afterwards.
Yes. We just did that, and Steve went to Books A Million while we were at Michael's.
Right.
Yes. Yes, because we might be there a while.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've tried to recruit girlfriends to go with me.
That's-
So he doesn't have to always go with me.
That's a great
So-
idea.
Yeah. I'm always recruiting friends. Go with me to the store so Mike doesn't have to.
Yeah. But then he could come along to take you to dinner afterwards.
Yes, but you know, really, I have to say, he's been really encouraging. You know, if it wasn't for some of his encouragement, I probably would have never tried any of this stuff either.
That's so nice.
so-
That's important.
Yeah, and you know, I'll take stuff. You know, he works on his video stuff, and I go into his room and I'm like, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this paper with this background, or is this image right or not?" And you know, he's very honest. So, and I
I've got a
appreciate
history in
that.
art, so, you know,
Yeah.
colors and everything, so
Yeah, I'm like, what does
bounces
this
that
look
off
like?
me.
Yeah, so, and I think that's important.
Very important.
To have that, you know, and he's been really supportive. My daughter and her husband, you know, they're always telling me you should put your cards in a shop somewhere. You should put your cards in a shop somewhere. So, so here we are.
Yay!
So yeah,
We're so excited. To
I'm
have
excited too.
Yay!
So,
That's wonderful.
So what kind of different cards do you have?
oh, I have all kinds of cards: birthday cards, sympathy cards, get well cards. I miss you cards, I love you cards, Valentine's cards,
That's important this week.
St. Patrick's Day cards coming up. I've got that.
That's-
Christmas.
The only thing that you haven't done, which I wanted you to do, is cards with smart alecky things written on the inside.
Oh.
Hey,
Well,
some of them
so
are.
baby, you're the smart alecky
Those mean
part, and
cards.
then she can do the pretty
Yeah,
stuff.
They're-
like this
they're all
one.
nice cards.
That's sort of smart alecky. It says age is only a number. Mine is unlisted.
That's awesome.
That's a little snarky.
It's adorable.
It's a little snarky.
That's
but
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
So if you wanted to find your cards, then you go to the Artisan Shop.
after tomorrow, right?
Yay, yes. Woohoo, woohoo. Woohoo.
Yeah.
What
so,
And what else can you find at the Artisan Shop? I think I've seen some
Oh my
soap
gosh, I
and
can't even begin to think.
wood
There's
carved things.
wood carved and paintings and
Paintings.
photography
I saw some really
and
good-
goat soap and goat lotion and
That's not
jewelry
soap to
and
wash your goats with, right?
no, it's
I saw some
goat
really
soap
good-
made with goat milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw some really good treats down there the other day too when I was
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
we have Dave Brown's fudge.
Mhm.
there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, his fudge, his caramels, it's ridiculous.
So it's fun to look around all the different things. Oh, there's weaving.
Yeah,
Oh,
And
yeah,
there's
the rug.
the
jewelry.
loom room and
Where?
the shop is at the Lafayette Square Mall, 300 2nd Avenue, and we're in the back of the mall across from Just Fired Ceramics Studio.
But if you go to Gal Police, you walk in front of the park on 2nd Avenue.
Yes.
There's probably a very big sign out there telling you which way to go.
Yes, Courtney Ritchie and her lovely husband John just made us an official artisan shop sign.
So
it's like
look
a
for-
sandwich
Exciting.
sign.
I think it's
Yeah.
like white and red.
Yes, it's
So
awesome.
Look for the sign and you'll
That's
find
it.
the Artisan Shop.
Yes, and go through the double doors and back the hallway and you'll find us. Yes.
It's a little adventure to take in Gal Police.
Yes.
So
And
what else is
so
we've
the
got
grand opening.
the grand
we've
opening
got
is what day?
the next Thursday, then February 19th at 5. We've got the expo, Tourism Expo coming up March 7th, and the parade March 14th. And this coming Friday, the grand opening ribbon cutting for the Riverbee Theater Guild, and the production goes all weekend.
So that's down Court Street, so look for it.
Yes, and thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for having me
Thank you,
today.
Deb Thompson, so much for coming.
All right,
We're
thank
so-
you.
So grateful.
Okay, so stay tuned next month, the second Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We'll have another artist on here. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.